episode of Akeel Hassanvideo. Today I'm at Garage 10 in Brackenfell. This car belongs to Aldrin and this car has been case swapped for about 8 years. I first saw this car about quite a few years ago at the Honda Society event. It was a dyno day and this car went on the rollers, and what really blew my mind was the fact that this car had the FN2 cluster in, the FN2 speedometer, the FN2 start button, FN2 brakes and the FN2 gear knob.
My name is Aldrin and this is my 95 EG sedan. I've owned the car now for about 20 years. It went through a lot of phases in its life, like through its teenage years, now in its adulthood. It started as a normal P18, 1800 or 180E as we say. Basic modifications, exhaust, at the time chip tuning, and over the years progressed to LS VTEC 1800, and from the LS VTEC Turbo, which didn't last very long until the K buck bit, and we decided to go with the K20 swap. My brother came up with the idea. He actually found the FN2 rig, went looking for this and made me buy it. It was sitting in the garage for quite a while before we started the actual K swap. I can say that it was, at the time, it wasn't that easy, but also wasn't that difficult because we had so much that we could work with. We bought a rig that could still drive, so we used as much as we could. We had to use the standard ECU from the FN2. We used the front brakes from the FN2. We made it work. K20 swap loom. We were, in a sense, forced to use the OEM cluster from the FN2 because of the standard FN2 ECU. That's just something that we had to make work at the time. And funny enough, it turned out to be a crowd pleaser, so to say. People fell in love with that idea, and to me it was just something that I had to make work. With that, the gear lever and the whole shifter story, it's also something that we just thought, okay, we need to do something about this. We need to make it look like it belongs in the car. And it was just a Saturday morning thing. Like, everything was thought through at the time. It wasn't like okay, spur of the moment was what worked for us at the time. 6 years after driving it as a K20, I decided to go K24 for more torque, obviously, and just in general wanted more power, like everybody wants more power. With that, we combined it with Waisiko pistons, K1 rods, ACL race bearings, Toda A2 cams, Toda valve train. I was lucky enough to, a friend of mine sold me a complete valve train setup at a very good price. Couldn't resist it at the time. RRC intake, as you can see, J37 throttle body with a 90mm cold induction. Last on the dyno, the car made about 225 kilowatts with about 300 newtons with just normal NF octane booster, no other fuel additives at the time. And I think this was about 5 years ago we had a dyno last. And yeah, it's a nice car to drive as a daily drive. That's what it's in daily use. We call it a workhorse or the work bucky. We go fetch parts with this thing. We would load engines at the back. And it's our branded vehicle. So when we started the business about 4 years ago, me and my brother, we just figured we needed something that could ultimately advertise our business at the cheapest price, and that was branding it. Vega, our neighbor across the road from us, did our branding, and also we're promoting their business, and that's what we do as much as we can. We promote small businesses in general, and we still in the beginning stages of our business. So yeah,